Hi everyone. I'm so sorry about what happened earlier. And I guess it was like a technical issue. We would wait for more people to join. We'll wait for more people to join and connect back with us. Yes, thank you, Grace Fash, for joining back. Thank you. That was like definitely a technical issue, but we know our guest will be right back with us because she has so much to actually give to us. She was giving us a definition of a modern mom and the previous post. Yes, we have her back, and I really want us to actually check that video and actually get a definition of who a modern mom is. Back.
I'm
Yes,
so
yes.
sorry.
It's fine. It's
What
fine.
happened?
Well, I don't know. I didn't even know it went off. It was just like you were talking and then it went blank. So then I realized that we were actually no longer live. So I had to end it and then reconnect. But
Okay.
it was
I
good
was
that
wondering what
I could
happened.
check it. We still have that video, so we're safe.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for joining back. Don't
We
worry,
really
nothing is gonna go wrong.
apologize for that.
Yes, we do. We do. Right. So you were just about to tell us about the struggles of a modern mom, considering all of the responsibilities that she's expected to do.
Okay, so a modern mom struggles varies. It varies from day to day. Because most moms now are working moms, unlike our mother's time. Some of them were full-time stay-at-home moms. These days, a man alone can barely fend for the home. So mothers who are involved in the day-to-day, part of her struggles is how to balance work, balance childcare, and that is a whole lot. Another struggle is the home front, how to care for the husband, care for the children, and care for the whole house. Sometimes you're living with relatives, you're living with people, or you just have a large family. So these are part of the very valid struggles that young mothers, I want to use young mothers now because these struggles are prevalent amongst young mothers. When I mean young mothers, people in marriages between 15 downwards. I'm not even saying those in marriages over 20 years who don't have the struggles, but young mothers, this is our struggle to balance work and the family, balance the home front, because you're also a wife, you're also a friend to your husband. These things, they take a toll on us. They take a toll on us. Another one is the societal standards. There are too many standards for
All
mothers.
right.
You should be clean, you should be well put together, you should smell well, you should keep a positive energy every time. You're not allowed to have mood swings, you're not allowed to have moods. Societal standards are just a lot of pressure on new moms or modern moms. And mothers struggle. They struggle with how people see them, how people perceive their children, how people see their home front. These things, when you think about it all, that's why some women don't go out. They just feel like, this is my girl now. Before I pack her hair, when I go outside, they'll tell me her hair is not done well.
Right.
But it's a lot. It's really, really a lot. Um, some of the struggles I know is I know again is the struggle of where to keep kids when you want your mommy time, because mommy time or me time is very, very, very important. It keeps you sane, it revitalizes and rejuvenates you, help you just refuel, because motherhood is draining. It's as if a part of your blood It's being channeled
Like
into one.
you hit the nail, like that nail. That was like a punch. I can
Hi,
feel it from my
treat
body.
them like
Like
queen.
motherhood is draining, right?
Yeah.
Coming from experience. Now, so from how have you been? I'm sure most of this definition, like the expressions that you've given, actually from you have personal experiences. Is there any story you want to tell us? Because you said when you want to go out, one of the needs that a modern mom is more likely to think about is, this is my girl. How do I pack her hair? You know, like you have to think about how you look good, how your child looks good, and then how do you but how have you been able to go through that phase personally?
This. Take the question again. I didn't get you.
Okay, so for instance, while you had maybe your second daughter, so I'm sure your first daughter was still more like a toddler at that age. How have you been able to balance being a mom, showing up, and also you know, having your mommy time?
Okay, you see, motherhood, it has hacks and tricks.
Huh.
And we mothers have to learn from older mothers, people that have been in the game. You did not just wake up and become a librarian. You did not wake up and become a fine a fine tailor. You learned. That's the thing mothers don't know. What mothers think motherhood is just an instinct, something that just comes to you. No, you need mother mentors, good mother mentors. You need somebody to hold your hand in this motherhood journey. You need somebody to tell you when, and mothers should keep open minds. Some of the issues mothers have is they know it all. They don't want somebody to tell them you're doing it wrong, you're not doing it. And if you cannot learn or listen, you won't do it right. Motherhood is an art you have to master. It has tricks, it has hacks. Now to your question on how I've been able to care for my girls and show up. Is that what you're asking?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I'm very intentional. I do not joke with my life. Some people don't even take things serious. They just think everything comes as it goes. They just do things anyhow. No, I'm very intentional. I know what I want out of life. I know what I want from my kids. I know what I want in this motherhood journey. So I just put all that together. I always tell myself that you have to be a great mom. It is a mandate. You're a steward to these kids. You have to make God proud. You have to do better for your children. Because see, motherhood is the only journey where you get your report card as your kids grow. Wow. It is not something you do now and you get your feedback later. No. If you're doing it right, you know. You and I know if you're doing it right. You take your kids out, you see the way they behave, you see the way people see them, and people may not even tell you that, but you are embarrassed. You know it, that I'm not doing this right, and you may not even know how to go. But just get mother mentors. Listen to seasoned mothers. Listen to people that have done this, people that have mothered other people's children, people that have cared for other people's children, people that know that in motherhood, you have to see your six senses. Everything that you think is a sense that you use, you have to plug them in.
It has to be active.
This,
Wow. Thank you. This is power packed.
I hope
like,
I'm not shouting.
You are not. It is sinking in. I think that is it. You're driving home those points. Motherhood is that journey where you receive your report card as it goes.
Yes, your results are every day. Every day. You don't wait till the future. You will get it immediately.
So you can't joke with it because you need to be scored well. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. So I think you've actually answered the question where I wanted to ask that. What are the free things mom can actually take advantage of? Like, you don't necessarily need to pay to. Do you really need to pay to get an older mom as your mentor? Someone who would hold your hands. Is that like the only free available way a modern mom can manage this motherhood journey?
No, not really, not really. You don't have to pay for mentors. In fact, these days of social media, there are mentors everywhere. You're not just looking. There are mentors everywhere.
Right.
There are also negative mentors too. So please, let's get it right. Positive mentors, people that you can see their children, not what they say. You can
Mm,
see it in the life of their children. I
right.
have an aunt that my husband's uncle's wife, yes, an aunt too. She has grown beautiful children.
Mm,
Anytime I meet her, I just want to sit down with my pen and the paper and keep asking, Mommy, how did you do this?
mm,
Mommy, how? She has boys, she has girls.
mm.
You know, this age now, the thing that is in now is drug addiction,
Right.
social media addiction, low self-esteem, you know, all those vices that you find there. But you know, this mom, she's done it all. And I just look at her. She didn't even know at first, you know. I would always just pay attention, listen to her talk, just watch how she relates to her kids. And I kept picking it up from there till I started to ask questions. You must ask questions. Another free thing you can do for yourself that will require you not paying for help
Mm,
is, see, maximize your time.
mm,
You have to maximize your time. I know that some people are really neck deep at work. I know some people don't really have time, but you see the little time you have, that's the time you can be a mommy that is inspiring, a mommy that is doing, that is talking, that is, you know, if you have a little time and you are home, just create a routine. In that routine, you've helped yourself in a lot of ways. Another thing is child spacing. Don't have children every year. It's crazy. Don't do it. Why are you having kids every year?
but-
You
mm.
will not see. Okay, let me allow you to ask something.
Please, please continue. Please continue. Honestly, like you see the issue of child spacing. You know, you find some content in social media. Like it's up to you to decide. It's a personal choice. So I don't know, but yes, I think this is just like an advice. It's up to them to take it or
My sister, except your except your like your time, your health time clock is ticking.
it's
If
okay.
you're a young mother, see, this advice, I know it's an advice and you don't have to take it,
Right.
but it will help you in your motherhood journey. Don't have kids every year. No, don't do it.
It can be draining, right? It can. Thank you. Thank you. That's yes, that was that was great. Now, when it comes to having me time, how do you multitask? So, as a mom, you're naturally having things. You're running in your brain. There are so many departments. So you want to do this and at the same time achieve that. So, how do you manage multitasking and knowing when to take a break? At what point do you know that um, I need I need to take a break? Because you want to be there for your kids. You want to always be that super mom. You don't want to feel, sometimes you feel you're guilt tripped into, okay, for instance, a mom that has a 9 to 5 job, goes to work, as a nanny taking care of the kids, and then she's back, she's probably tired. At what point does she know when to actually take a break or still continue the old motherhood work?
You see, multitasking is a woman's superpower. Multitasking is one of our biggest edges in this life. Is what sets us apart from men, from daddies, from partners. Multitasking. A woman is built to do multiple things at the same time. So a woman can learn. I feel like every woman has it, but maybe some have it more than the other. But you can learn. There is nothing in this life that you cannot learn, except you not set your heart to it. You should practice too. You should practice multitasking. You're doing your daughter's homework here. You're cooking dinner. You're fixing the kitchen. You're arranging the room. Because a mother is the first teacher, the first mentor, the first role model, you know. So you're not even living your life anymore. You're living the life that you want your children to live in the future. So you're doing everything with all of your senses involved. If
Some
women can take laziness out, see, motherhood is not a business for lazy people. If you're ready to start having kids, just uproot the spirit of laziness from your life. It will not work. Except you don't want to be an exceptional mom, except you don't want to be a modern woman that is striving. Because a modern woman and a modern mother is ticking all the boxes and crushing all her goals. You know, you cannot just sit down and say, I'm a modern mommy and I'm lazy, I'm having headache today, I'm tired. When you were growing up, your mother was not tired. And
right.
you know, even that year, that era does not even exist. It's faster now, it's edgier now, it's busier now, kids are smarter now. You have to be smarter, you have to do better. So a woman is wired to be a multitasker. She can do it all if only she wants to, if only she believes she can, if only she seeks counsel, she seeks mentorship, she practices how to multitask. In fact, nobody will tell you, except you have a kid. When you start having two, three, four, you are the queen of multitasking. Ask mothers, they know the things.
Wow. Now, there was something you said. I didn't want to cut you. You said, as a mother, you're living the life you want your children to live. Can you actually explain that? Because it looks like um, you it's heavy. Can you just give us like an explanation of that? Because we all have different perspective about life. We also have different perspective about different concepts, right? So now, if you say, um, as a mother, you're living the life you want, but I am me. I had my dreams. I am for me before giving birth. So, what do you actually mean by I'm living the life I want my children to
Okay. Um, like you said, everybody's
live? Right.
different. You know, our personalities differ. What we want from life is different.
Sure.
But the key, that thing that you train your child with, is what I'm talking about. You see, these days, a lot of men cannot be helpful. They cannot be great partners because of how they were raised. If you're looking at a future where you want your daughter-in-laws to pray for you, to have good lives with your sons, to live long, to glow while they are your son's wives, you would start it right now. Yeah, I know a woman who has three sons. If you go to their house, you won't know there are no girls in that house. The house is sparkling clean. They do not have daughters. You know, when they have a guest in our own house, when I was growing up, because I grew up in a boy girl home, if we have guests, we the ladies are the ones that
They
entertain.
they take time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in that house is the boys. As you're coming in, you're welcome ma, they're giving you your seat. Their parents are upstairs. So before the parents come down, they served you, if it's water, whatever they were gonna give you, you know. If the mom wants to cook, they're coming down. I think it's like they have what will I call it now? A
Standard policy.
timetable or a schedule on who is on duty. So back to how you want your children's future. It's just basic life skills. That's what I'm talking about. Not like imposing or projecting your personalities on them. No, that's not what I'm saying. You just have children that are accommodating, because you're teaching your children that when people come around, be accommodating. They're not
Okay.
gonna live here
Yes,
forever.
it's more,
Be
right.
nice to them. Be selfless to them. When they leave, that's the updated version of you that they have, and that is you that they will continue to talk about. You know, when you have visitors, you're nice to them. You teach your children how to be cautious. You see people, you know how to courtesy, how to bow, how to be respectful, how to talk to people. You know, that's the future I'm talking about. I'm not talking about their personalities and what. No, I'm just saying you're teaching your children kindness. You're teaching them that sometimes bad things happen to good people. You don't always have to judge people. Life is not a switch. Life is not black and white. Things, curveballs in life. You're teaching your children empathy. You're teaching them how to be good listeners. How, you know, that's what I'm just saying. That these are the duties of a mother. You're already loading your children with all of this so that when they're adults, when they're older people, it's easy for them to fit into the society. It's easy for them to be great friends. It's easy for them not to be social. Okay, let me not say that. I just feel like the society is how it is because of the homes we have. You know, and I'm very I'm very careful and selfish with how the people my children mingle with, because I'm doing a lot of work with them. I don't want you to
Don't
come and
mess them
spoil them or
up,
pollute them,
right?
or you know. So I don't even joke with the atmosphere, the places, the things, the
Exposure.
people. You know, if I just know that you do your things anyhow in your own home, anything goes. I don't take my kids there. I don't want them to see these things yet. Yeah,
Right.
when when they are informed and they know who they are, they can then choose. You know that no, this is not how my mother raised me. This is not the thing she wants me to feel. You know, that's basically what I was talking about.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. And that is very powerful. So now you're very intentional, just like you said,
No,
about
very,
the
very, very.
kind of people your children. Now, when it comes to having caregivers, I know there are different caregivers. Sometimes it could be relative, sometimes it could be hiring from an agency or an agent. Now, what does a modern mom want from caregivers? Like when you hire someone to say, okay, be my nanny, what does a mom, how she cares for her children, what does she really want from a nanny, so to say?
Um, just as we're different, our values, our what we see varies too, and what we want from different people, different nannies at the different stages of our kids' life varies too. Right now, I am in the early mom stage, so what I will need from a nanny will be different from what a teenage mom
Mm,
needs at this time.
right.
So if you want me to talk about the various stages, that's fine. I could just start at this time of my life. I need a nanny that, that is child centered, a
Mm,
nanny who has empathy, who is kind, who is not wicked. Because I'm of the opinion rather that one person do not raise a child.
take the lead.
I understand that children are actors. They are the world's greatest actors. Your child is a different person when you're not there.
Mm,
So I understand that a nanny should have a little autonomy and right to correct, to help mend, to help train a child while I'm away. Because how do I just want her to be a robot? Just do robotic things. Just feed the child, just clean the child. No, it won't work. The
right.
child will do a lot of wrong when you're away. So the nanny I want now is a nanny that is mother-like, a nanny that knows that this child is like my own child. This child, I do not want to hurt this child. I do not want to bring hurt to this child. I want the mother to meet her child even better
Better.
than she met the child. Yeah, that's the kind of nanny I need right now. Then, if you have teenage children, nannying at that age is different. Maybe someone to be like an eye for you when you're not around. Someone to help with their what do you call this now? Their curfew. Someone to help with maybe school projects, stuff like that when you're not around.
Mm,
Yeah,
no.
stuff like that.
So the needs are different based
Yes.
on the ages of the children. Thank you for that. Now, another question is for moms that, just like you said, when you're not available, you actually delegate some childcare activities to the nanny. How can a mother do this easily without feelings of guilt? There are moms that I know, people whose routine take them out of the country, maybe 30 days in a month, they are not available with their kids for 25 days. And the 5 days that they have is for them to plan for the next trip. You know, how can they fulfill their career, be the career mom, the working mom, and still not feel bad that, oh, I'm not available for my children. They might have a good nanny, so they have good child support at home, but they still feel bad that they are not present. They are not the ones telling them the stories. They are not the ones available to feed them. How do you think they can actually let go of such guilt?
You see, mom guilt is real.
Mm.
It's very real. And mom guilt is valid. Mom guilt is valid. It's okay for you to have mom guilt. Doesn't make you a bad mom. No, doesn't make you a bad mom. And like I said, life is different. It's not like the times of our parents. These children will understand because they also deserve good lives. And good life does not come easy, it doesn't come cheap. You have to go out there and get this life for the children. Another thing is, if you have little children, you might want to sacrifice that age for them. I'm not saying you should not go out there and smash your dreams, crush it. No, I just feel like the very first few years of a child, that few years is very, very important. A mother's role cannot, I think somebody else cannot do it except you have like a grandma who is stationed or a nanny who they can vouch for her character and can do the things you really want to do. The first few years of a child's life is very important. A mother is supposed to be present. I don't know. I know that these days there are mothers that have very tight schedules. See, motherhood is a lot of sacrifice. It is a lot. You cannot be a mother except you're like a superstar that you, and even those people, they schedule these things. They put their tours when the children are on break, so they go with the kids and all that. You cannot contract the first few years of your children's life to someone. I don't know. I really don't. That's how I see it. Because you just have to be there. That's the time you instill some of these very important life lessons into them. That's when you tell a child that no, you can't take this, it's not yours. It's not yours, you can't have it. That is when you teach your child contentment. This is what I have now, this is what I can give you, this is what I can offer you. Or that's when you teach your child that this person is green does not make him better than you. It's just because we all are not the same in this life. This person may feel this way. I really feel mothers must pay the sacrifice. You cannot remain the same and have children. No, you can't remain the same. The life you lived as a single woman is different now. Except you're lying to yourself. Another thing is, if you have like your mother, your sister, somebody doubling for you that you really can, even at that, but I feel it must be somebody that you really, 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 really trust. Then you can be gabalavanting.
Wow. That is very, very, very powerful. But yeah, thank you. Mom guilt is real. Mom guilt is real. So you're not alone if you're actually experiencing mom guilt. Now, let's talk about you. How have you been able to show up as a mom, a wife, and a boss? You're a boss lady. You see, I remember when I called you the first time, and then you said Thursdays are the days I have for myself. How have you been able to create your routine? Because routine, even having a home routine, is one of the challenges most moms have. They live by by the minute. So some don't even have a meal plan. So it's a lot, right? So, but for you personally, we would like to know your story. So maybe that would definitely inspire someone who is struggling, because you're a genius.
Well, thank you very much for all of these beautiful words. Your words are so kind. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Like you said, you see motherhood, then you need a routine. You need a routine. When I started some 8 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. At that time, I had this one of my best girls, her sister at that time had children. You know, she had like 3 or 4 children at that time. And as a single girl, I never used to prioritize or think about how my marriage and my children would be. You know, some people are even much more intentional than I do. As seen in their 20s, in their, you know, they start to calculate, oh, my daughter has to do this. My son, this is how I want my home to be. It has to be warm. It has to. So I wasn't even doing that. Then I met this woman. Oh, phenomenal woman, so beautiful woman. I just every time I look at her, I'm wondering, how can you be a mom of 4? And you are so beautiful. You don't even look like you have kids.
Wow.
You're so warm. I'm not even saying she's perfect, but at that time, no, she was just the ideal mother for me. So I learned. I started to ask questions. At that time, I'd had my daughter Olivia, and I was doing some things wrong. Yes, I was always going late to church. I was always because in my mind I'm caring for my daughter, so I can't make it to church early. I would always go late for my appointment. I would always be clumsy. I would go out and I remember that I didn't take her beep. I didn't take this. It was just a struggle at that time. Then I learned from that lady. That's why I say every woman, new moms, you must have someone holding your hands. You should listen to people. You don't even know what you're doing. Just accept it. You do not know what you're doing because you're a first-time mother or you're a young mother. You may be getting things wrong and people see things differently. You may just be at a stage in your life where you're seeing things differently. It doesn't even mean what you're saying is something. You may not be saying at all, but in your mind, you're saying something. So when I met that woman, she told me that, no, Bisola, you have to have a routine. And I'm telling her that routine for what? And she said, you have to have routine. See me, she had 4 children under 6 years. Yeah, the eldest was 6 at that time. You know, and I could see that those kids, if you give them stuff, they will never take it from you. That was the first time I was seeing kids at that under 6. You give them chocolates, ice cream. They say, no, thank you, I'm okay. Hey, I say, okay now. You know, you go to our house is clean. I say, eh? So people that have small children used to have clean homes. Okay. You see, I'll go into her children's room and closet. Everything is arranged. And this woman is still a slave mama. This woman is still fine. She must be doing something differently. You know, her girls, she had girls first. So she had, and you know, mom girls are super moms. Hey, give yourself claps, mom girls. You are doing except, you see, to make her, to get girls ready. You see any beautiful girl you see, her mother has done a lot of sacrifice.
Right.
So I was seeing all she was doing and I was just taking notes. I was asking questions and I just knew that I have to do better. So I became intentional. I got back to my husband and everything became different. He was even asking me that, babe, yes, so I had to, then if I'll feed Olivia, you know, I'll feed Olivia in the same plate as mine. The day the woman saw me, she said, why? I said, are we not eating together? She said, no. This is how you train a child not to eat with you. Oh, boy, moms are incredible too. You guys are raising our future. You guys are raising the beautiful boys our daughters will marry. You guys are doing a phenomenal job. Yeah. So back to my story. This you know, she was telling me that, no, Bisola, you can't eat in the same plate as your daughter. I said, I didn't know that too. Where I came from, they used to do things anyhow. So I just said, So she told me that, no, you have to take her plate out so that when she sees that plate, she knows that it's her meal. And I started to do that. I started to get my daughter's room arranged. If I wake up, I get the place clean. Right now, I have a daughter who is 7 and I have another one that is 4. You see those my girls? They will just be asking, if they see a place that is untidy, they just keep wondering, is something happening here? Is this okay? They don't understand that. Why should a place be rough? You know, they will even tell you that when my mommy comes, they know.
Right.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
So I just started to do that. Then I started to go to my appointments early. I just see me like this. I'm not a late comer. I don't like late comers. I don't tolerate late coming. So I just, and for you to have kids and be early for your appointments, see, give yourself a round of applause. You're doing an amazing job because it is not easy. And I started to train my daughters because you cannot do it alone. Even nannies will not be with you forever. There are days that your nanny will not be available. There are days that your help will not be available. But that routine, that thing that you have taught these children, and it is never too early to train. In fact, the best time to train are the early years. Do not wait till that child is 8, 9. No, we're getting it wrong. A child, I was listening to one female preacher. She's a mom preacher and stuff like that, and she said that the age where you train your kids are between 2 to 10. And I was saying 2 years, that child does not even know left, and she was saying that is the year you instill fear, because training is not necessarily beating, punishing. It's just the instilling of a subconscious mind that this child knows that this thing is wrong. My mom will frown at it. My dad will frown at it. That thing that you keep, that maybe it's the conscience now. It grows to become a conscience. That is the age where you instill it in that child. No, you're going to destroy that toy. I have a daughter that while she was younger, if you give her a doll, she will yank the head off, and one day I sat there, I said, what is going on? Is it that if you just see people, you want to remove their neck? The dad was telling me that no, now she's just I said no. If you're even a boy, we can understand that your mind is teaching. Why are you yanking the first doll, the second doll? Told no, please, don't yank people's head out. Don't. Why are you? And she will never close the doors. Once you give her the door, to keep the door naked and start. No, I said. This one you're butchering something. My husband said you're
reading meaning today.
But I know that Then back to the routine. In the mornings when I'm getting them ready, I start to teach. We're going to brush. We'll do this. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do that. Sometimes you have a husband who is present, who is doing it with you. If he's not doing it with you, he's not wrong. My sister, he is not wrong, because the man is supposed to go and till the ground and bring the money home. You two can be doing the same, but the burden is more on the mother. If you have a man who is doing it for you, you're God's favorite. Welcome to a good life. If you do not have a man, or a man is not really there for you, just do it. It's a team. Whatever your win is your husband's win. Whatever it is a family win. Even in the future, it will be the families of this, their daughter is this, their daughter is that. Yeah, back to training the kids. I then, like this routine that I was talking about, I then realized that on Sunday, you don't pick church dress on Sunday morning. You don't even make, except you're really going to wake up really, really early, you don't even make school lunch, the main meal that morning. Some people tell you that no, fresh meals are this. You are a mom every day of your life. There are no days off. Even when you're ill, you are a mom. You are not allowed to go on leave. No, you are not. You're ill, you're still doing life. Because, nobody does it like the mother. Nobody. A nanny can, you can have very great nannies that can wear your shoes and it fits well and can do the things. Yeah, but you need to create routines. You need to make your children nap. Some people say no, they are just so energetic. Let them go and sleep. You see that napping time, that's the time you can be sane. That's the time you can clean this place. You can clean that place. And these things help. Don't say no, if they nap in the afternoon, they won't sleep at night. Do it for 21 days. It becomes part of them. Training a child is a lot. It is a lot. It is blood, sweat, and everything in between. You cannot do it and be tired. You only look up to Jesus, look up to God to give you the strength to power through every day. But routines will help. Routines, you wake up in the morning, you shower, you take your bath, and you start to dress up. I had some kids over not too long, And I just, I saw that, like, mine is always just two. I'll be answering the younger kid, and the older one would just be asking me for, is this right? Is this not right? But the time I had those kids together, they were 4 in total. And I knew that the only way to survive it was to give them routine. They go to bed at 8. 8 p.m., everybody's going to bed. Even though it was holiday, somebody was advising me that I should allow them now. Children will be children. I say, in this my own home, children will be children with some level of discipline. Right. So when they wake up, they know that you're going to have breakfast. You see some children throwing tantrum. I don't want to eat. You say, okay, she'll eat later. It doesn't work in this house. You will eat when you should eat, because you are also training that child that life is not anyhow. No. You will be in places where you have to walk by their rules. Right. You will be in places where you have to dance to their tunes. If your boss says this is how we do it, you cannot say no. I know. You will align. So it's easy when you have children that can be under authority. It is easy when you have children that can be disciplined. It is easy when you have children that know that there's time for everything. Once they take their breakfast, they're going to brush, to shower, and to school, or to wherever we're going to. When they come back in the afternoon, they eat lunch and go to bed. You would take, even if it's 30-minute nap, even if you're not sleeping, just go and be meditating. Be talking to your God. Go and do something on your bed. Just, just that little time, you can rejuvenate as a mother. You can have small breather. Even the nanny can have some space. Because nannies are mothers like you. They are humans like you. They power down. They get tired. So don't just say, no, I'm paying her. Let me just burden her with it. No. A nanny that works with you where you have a routine has peace. She's not going to run away. She's not going to do your child evil, even though some are evil. You don't have to do anything to them. So, if you have a routine that anybody can feel for you, makes life easy. Children can be taught everything. Honestly, children can be taught everything. That one day, a child came to my house and said, your house is too small. I wasn't annoyed. At that time, I just looked at it that children they say the darndest things. There's nothing a child cannot say. No, it's not wrong, though. It's exactly what the guy's saying. He was just saying what was really in his mind. But now, because children are very outspoken now, they are very intelligent, they say what they see, they have no filter, they have no censor. But I am a Yoruba girl. Yeah. I know that Yoruba people will never tolerate that with me. They'll just say, while they talking, your house is too small. Do you know, I started to teach my daughter, my older daughter too. She's very audacious, she's very bold, there's nothing she cannot say. So sometimes she has a thought, I see that she will say it out. Recently we went somewhere and she was telling me that they don't have toys in this house. I'm so bored. I just looked at her and said, "You see trouble. Is this your house? Why should they have toys?" She said, "Because I'm so bored. I don't know what to do." I said, "You see this life? This life, there are highs, there are lows. It's black, it's blue, it's green. Life is different colors, shapes. You cannot just say, I need toys." You only do with what you get or what you're giving. And everything you're giving in life is an opportunity, it's a blessing. It is not a right. It is not because they are the most beautiful. So I know she's too young to understand that, but I keep preaching it. I keep preaching it. One day you're going to understand that this is what my mom used to say. Oh, okay. You go somewhere, their things are not as fancy as yours. It doesn't make you better than them. No. And when we were growing up, we didn't have this wealth that we're trying to put in our children and make them bougie. No. See, all these things we're doing, like I said in the beginning, children, they will always give you your report card per day. Whatever you do in their life, whatever impact you put in their life, you can see. People can tell. People will tell you that you're doing well with this girl. This child, look at it, you get it. And you will know. These days, you see some of us, some people, when they see me, and they say, why my children kneeling down? Why they cut say too much? Now. I'm like, their grandparents are not yet though. Ah, if I take them to their grandparents, my father will tell me, oh, why they go by? You know, the Yoruba thing. You know? So we have to balance these things. You cannot just say, no, we're bougie now.
Gen Z. Right.
Okay. And that is the thing. You know, that's the thing. We just keep feeling like, no, my children should not suffer. I'm not even saying your children will suffer. No, we reverse it in Jesus' name. You know, but allow children know that there are two sides to life.
Right.
You are grateful, we are blessed to have this life that we have. But don't see people and look down. It's wrong. Don't see people and think their things are not fancy. And you're looking at them that why is her sock torn? Why is her shoe? Why is her hair rough? Please say it in your mind. Don't tell people. No. You keep saying they're just kids. Kids say, if you don't train your child, that child, in front of the person that means the most to you, that child is going to embarrass you. You have to train these children, and children are opened. There is nothing you write on their hearts that does not stay on their hearts. Nothing. How to be humble, how to be easy, how to accommodate people. Some women, they cannot even accommodate their own siblings. And you want your child to be different. How is that going to happen? This child is watching you daily. You are the book that child is reading. The child spends the most time with you. And you go out, you want the child to be different. How? If people leave your house and you're gossiping, you're saying things about the person. You want tomorrow, you're not saying this child, you gossip so much. It should learn it from you. You are the you know, some people, before you leave their midst, they're already talking about you.
Right.
This thing is a real life story. One of my big mommies, while she was growing her children, she really used to say a lot of things. And she's not even a bad person. But she's a woman that likes to talk about everything. She has opinion on everything. Everything she must pass a comment. And that time, I wasn't even as wise, but I just used to feel like some people just like to have opinions on everything. I don't even see some things. I intentionally close my eyes to some things. I just keep telling myself that you didn't see that. Keep quiet. You know, just take your mind off it. Or you see people gathering, you're going into the crowd to see what's happening. My mom had taught her that when you are going somewhere, it is where you are going to that is your place. It's not that people are being, you're not looking. What's happening? What happened there? You know? And you know, that's how some women are. No, that is how they are. You like to gossip, you like to do this, but you have a child who you are mentoring every day, who is reading you as a book. You know, who is seeing everything you and your sisters do. How you people are matching clothes, how you people are doing this. The other day, my sister wanted to wear a dress that we both have, but she didn't wear it in the presence of my kids. You know, we don't live in the same place now. So she now told me that she won't wear this clothes today. I said, what happened? She said, no, I should wear my own, so that we're wearing it the same day. Because my kids keep saying, Mommy, you say it's not good to be covetous. You know, sometimes when I buy some dresses, you know, and one is finer than the other, the senior girl knows, so she wants to bully the younger one out of it. And I keep saying, no, whatever you have is okay for you. Don't be covetous. Don't look into people's closet. So when she sees my sister, she'll not tell my sister, why are you borrowing my mommy's clothes? If she said whatever you have is good for you.
Oh, God. Wow. That's amazing. I'm sure I'm not the only one laughing here because wow, this is amazing. And the words you say, they hold on to it, so they remember. Either you act it out or you don't act it out, or if it's for them to always, like, it shapes them when you're not there. So they know mommy said it's not good to be covetous. So when they are not alone, it doesn't have to be your sister's story, like the close issue. Anywhere they find themselves, they remember mommy said you don't have to be covetous. That's powerful. Thank you so much, BC. I'm sure this is deliverance for so many people whenever they get to see this. They don't need to see it right now, but I'm sure someday someone is going to stumble on this and it will change our life and our family for good. So thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, we are almost wrapping up so we can take questions. What's your typical day like? You're an entrepreneur, so someone can say, oh, she controls her time. She's in charge of her time. So that's why it's easy for her. But what's your typical day like? So someone can really know that it's not like it's rosy, but you still get it all together.
Okay, my typical day is, because I have a lot of time on my hands and I control my time, so it may not work for a lot of mothers, especially mothers that have 9 to 5s and all that. It may not work for them. But my typical day is, because I'm a Jesus baby, once I wake up, I start to pray. And I joined this online prayer platform. So sometimes I'm awake at 5:30, 6 o'clock, and I get to do my own prayer. Sometimes I dance. I wake up very happy sometimes. Yeah, because I'm not an early riser. I wake up very cranky sometimes too. But I've learned to go to bed very early. That's why sometimes my customers, they ping me at 8, at 9, and I'm not replying. I've gone to bed. I'm just yes. That's another downside of being a mommy. Because the more, for me, that I like sleep a lot, the more I sleep, the more I get better. So, and when my kids go to bed at 8, people keep saying, why do they go to bed so early? It's too early, because if they sleep well, they also wake up really happy. And because a cranky child is hard to deal with, especially in the morning. You're going to miss your appointment. So it's easy when they go to bed, I go to bed. In the beginning, it was pretending to sleep, because I have to pretend with them. Some mothers will say, no, I can't sleep on time. Oh. No, how can I train them to sleep? Everything is a sacrifice. You're going to sacrifice that time of your life. If you not want to get something out of it, you have to sacrifice. Oh, I'm a ninth person. That's why I'm most productive. Pretend to sleep with your kids. When you pretend, sometimes you will sleep off. Oh, no, very valid. And my sister, you continue tomorrow. So when I wake up really happy, I start my day at, say, 5:36 sometimes. And I go straight to their room. I go to check what's going on there. And I start to arrange their clothes, uniform, whatever it is for that day. I've learned that is also training a child. I told you about my mentor when I just had my girl. That woman taught me that she would always, she had nannies, because she had a lot, 4 children. She had 2 nannies at the time. Yeah, but she would go to their room. She would pick their dresses out. She would pick their combinations. That's why you see some children, you see them out and you're like, what kind of combination is it? They're just funny. Is nanny picked it. The mommy was not there. The nanny picked it. So that woman taught me to, I'll pick their clothes. You pick it all. Clothes, pants, sock, shoe, everything. You lay it in layers. Now, if I'm not around, because sometimes I get to go out very early. In fact, last week Friday, I was not around. I wasn't home when my kids went to school. And they could go to school. I was thinking of, should I lay these things down? I just said, no, let me leave it. My husband told me that he woke up and my daughter had already laid her stuff. The way I do it, the pants is the first one. The, what's it called now? The singlet or inner wear is the second one. Then I wear them socks before their clothes, just so that, if it's cold, everything comes together. So she did it the same way. And he was telling that this girl, I said, but we've been doing this thing for more than 5 years. Of course, she knows those things. Of course. So once I do that, I go to pack their lunch. Yeah, then sometimes my husband is awake. He goes to wake them up. And that's the thing. You wake them up, you start discussing. We don't discuss when we wake up. We get ready for school. But he wakes them up, he goes there and they attack, because that is the time he has with them too. Sometimes he comes home and they are asleep. Or sometimes he comes home, they just rush, this happened today. So that morning is a time for him. He goes to their room, he wakes them up while I'm packing the lunch. They are discussing some of the things they forget to tell me. He gets it. Then I get them ready. I do the school run. When I get back, he tells me this happened yesterday. I say, oh yeah, I did. You know, because children also need this friendship. They know they need this time. It's also a routine. They know that that morning, whatever the thing that happened a day before, that morning is the time to tell daddy. That morning is the time to discuss it. Sometimes they're saying something that is of interest, and he just calls my attention. Ah, babe, this happened. I'm like, oh yeah, it did. You know, we get to talk about it. So when I get back from school run, I then start my day. Sometimes I make videos. Sometimes I create YouTube content. So I sit down and I get these things up and running. I post my business. You know, sometimes I have events or somewhere to be. I equally have a nanny. Okay, I've not thrown this out there. I don't do this alone. I have a nanny, but my nanny does majorly cleaning of the home and looking after them when I'm not around. Yeah, she doesn't get to bathe them or get them ready for school because she doesn't live in with me. Yeah, she just comes 4 times in a week. She have 2 days off. Okay, 3 days off. Sorry. Yeah, so she comes after school. After they've gone to school, she would come. Then she'll help in cleaning, you know, rearranging their closet, their wardrobes, cleaning the house. Because I don't do any cleaning. No, I don't do cleaning. Except the days my nanny is not around. And because I've taught my children to live a relatively clean life, our home is not dirty even when our nanny is not around. So I just get to clean here and there, you know. And it helps because I feel if you even want a help, really, it should be a help to do the domestic parts of the house or of your life. I think you should not really contract the day-to-day, the training, the inspiring, the mentorship that you share with your kids out.
Wow.
I think nannying should be, you know, day-to-day, like somebody to watch them, like a mentor when you're not around, when you need to, just someone to be there, and the person too must be somebody that is reasonable, someone that you know that your child is in good care, is in good hands. Yeah, so after that, I go out, I come back, I get, okay, I make dinner. Yeah, so I come home, make dinner, pick my girls from school sometimes. Sometimes their nanny go for them. Then sometimes that evening is after that home teacher has gone, you know, I go through schoolwork again. We talk because I have very vocal girls. Sometimes you keep talking till they go to bed. This, that, this, that, mommy, so that's just a typical day in my life. This day, you see that my husband was not in this day. So there are some days, there are some days that he is in the day, and you know you still function as a mother even with
Right. Thank you. Thank you. So now, I think someone is asking, how do you trust nannies? It's very difficult to leave those 1 years everywhere. And that also leads me to the last question we have for what are the popular myths you've heard about hiring nannies? And you think they are just myths? It's not like that is true.
Okay, I don't know. I have not really heard anything because I don't even really look into nannying or health or stuff like that. Yes, and it doesn't mean if you're into it, there's anything wrong with you or no. It's just how I am. As I see me like this, I'm very hands-on. You get, and I just feel like if you're gonna stress me, why can't I just do it myself? Even with my nanny around, I get to still do a lot of work. I am very up and doing. Yeah, so if you're more laid back or you're more fragile, you may need a lot of help. You may really need a lot of help, especially if you don't have a husband who's there too. You may really need it. But for me, the craziest I've heard is the nannying is for lazy people. But it's not true.
Nanny doing what?
The nannies are for lazy women.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that is a very crazy ideology. I don't know where they got it from, because
Probably.
even before now, our mothers had
Help.
a lot. The nannies didn't come as paid nannies. They came as relatives, as this and that. You cannot do it alone. That is
Alone.
why, for me, the other time I was telling you that I don't have kids every year, you were laughing. Because our parents had health. They had relatives. They could afford to have 100 children.
Every
You
year.
can't do that now. You are going to run mad. You know, you will always quarrel with your husband. You will never be on the same ground. And the man will always go out every day. So he does not have the burden of, children. Have you seen children under 6? You will think your house is, there are speakers everywhere. You may not be able to reason. So imagine I have a 7-year-old now, and I have like 5 children or 4 children in between. For me, I would have run away. I'd have gone to my parents' house. So my mom would be doubling for me, because I won't be able to do it. I just feel like, you see, motherhood will test you. Motherhood, it will stretch you. It will stretch you till your elasticity. You would not even know that you have all this amount of craziness. It's motherhood that will bring it out for you. It will
Right.
test your patience. It will test your you think you are friendly. You think everybody is my friend. You will always be moody. Motherhood, it will just give you some kinds of moods. Because you're tired, you're exhausted, you're fatigued. There are some children that there are 5 children in one.
Right.
Yeah. So how do you deal with that and you then have more? No. Our parents had it better. They had it easier. That's why people living abroad, or when we're growing up, Oyibo people, they didn't used to have a lot of kids, because nannying is expensive abroad, and you have to train your child yourself. So you can't have too many children. No, you can't do that. So I'm not even saying you cannot have 5 food. Just face them so that the older one can help you. The other one can help you. You all will not be like mother with, you even
Daycare
smell.
center.
Honestly, you're going to smell. Because you'll be running around the house, you'll be sweating. Okay, let me just keep it as it is. Someone was, someone was asking me, how do you trust help these days? My sister, you can't trust anybody. Everybody right now, they're full of evil. Even your brother, their uncle, even your even see, you can't trust anybody these days. You can't. People, they wallow in it. I don't even know. So if you just find one that is not so bad, you may be managing her till you get another that is great. I don't know if what Fumi is doing is an agency to get nannies. Maybe they would have vet those people. They will know their background. They have like their what's it called, references, people that they can hold on to if anything happens. Yeah. But if it's this regular Ninja house girl, one woman there, I think you should have CCTV cameras. Your mind should be there. You should not allow your mind take vacations when it comes to your children. No, every other thing can take a back seat, but you see, your children, your motherhood life, it has to be in the forefront. Because at the end of the day, once you become a mother, it becomes your primary assignment in life. It becomes your number one, how will I go put it now, mandate. Your stewards, you have to keep account and make account of how you were able to raise these kids. And motherhood is not a journey for, oh, I want babies, I want a daughter because I'll be matching with my daughter. No. You're gonna do more than matching. I think right now people should even think about it. Am I ready to be a mother? Because you find yourself saying things that you would not necessarily say if you were not under those circumstances and pressure. Mother will pressure you. I know of someone who had looked for a child for more than 2, 3, 4 years. After she had the daughter, she would always call me and tell me that I'm tired. Oh, this girl is this girl is that, this girl. Hey God. And I kept telling her that it's the same everywhere. She said, no, Mama Livia, you don't look that way. I see you. I say, eh? Me that I'm very emotional. There are days that I've gone to cry. You see me on my bed. I will not just be able to cry out loud. Even my husband will think he's not taking good care of me. So I will just hold on to my pillow. I will cry very well. I'll be telling myself that, my mates are still single. Who asked me to go?
Oh no.
Honestly, especially when I had my first daughter, I kept telling my husband, I'm just a child. How can a child have another child? What was it? I'm just a child. I said, I'm just a child. I didn't know what I was doing. But mother will mature you up. Because that's why motherhood is not for babies. It's not for I'm a last born. No, I don't like stress. So my sister, you have to sit up. You don't like stress. You brought a child to this world. And be silly yourself. You know, go and take mentorship classes. Go and read motherhood books. Go and be intentional with your motherhood journey. Don't go and be say, me, I'm tired though. My husband has not come. They will not bath. Those children, they will marry our daughters and they will not bath. They will not be smelling. Please raise people that are clean so that
right.
or you will not say, we have not cooked today. Oh, please, they should be eating. Please, I can't cook. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'm tired. You can't be tired. Ma, stand up, go and cook. These children will eat. You'll be feeding them with all manner of junk. You'll be saying, no, that child tomorrow now, equality fair. Is because God. Am I allowed to say all these things?
Yes, please. Because this is actually
you will not portion their food or give them food at when they should. Because that's why there's breakfast, there's lunch, there's dinner. You'll not be say, we'll eat later. You could just finish eating now. You take mango, you take orange, you go and come back, you bring coconut, you break it. In the space of 4 hours, tomorrow you now say, no, you taught that child don't jen. You did. Tomorrow the child is overweight. They are telling her that her cholesterol is high. And this is that. You're saying, me, mommy not real. You mean in her father's family, they don't have cholesterol. You want me now? You eat only rice in your house. You'll say, Joe, that's my favorite food. My sister, you see, motherhood is another type of ghetto. You have to do better. If you know you're not ready, just rest small. But when you now have the child, you see some mothers now, the child is post 6 months. She's not giving him solid. She's telling you that, no, Joe, let's wait to 8 months. Because you see that transitioning time, for those that exclusively breastfeed, when it's not 6, that's when your journey has started. Right. You will not, because you will clean. Once the child eats, you clean the child, you clean dish, you clean this, you do that. You have not started. That's when mothers become rough. They start to smell. They cannot do their hair again. They cannot keep. They cannot keep certain appointments. They will just tell you that in the beginning my stomach was flatter. Now it's no longer flatter because it's a lie, my sister. Okay, some people cannot get back to pre-pregnancy stage, but that's the time that you're just doing. We're just eating everything. We're just doing this. We're just doing that. It's a lot. Honestly, I can't even begin to say it's easy, but you have to do better. That's how God has destined it. Motherhood. That's why Mother's Day is how many in a year?
Yes.
Now. Yes. You gotta do the work. Every day they're celebrating you. You think it's for jokes?
Wow. This is powerful. Thank you so much. It's been fun listening to you. It's been very inspiring. Like, you have to do better. You can't play it anyhow. It's so much responsibility. If you know you're not ready for it, please take a break. You see this spacing thing. Okay, let's go. This spacing thing, childbearing is not a competition. So I think people should also think about it. It's not a competition because your friend you got married same year has 4 already. Doesn't mean you must have 7 or 6. It's not a competition because at the end of the day, it tells on you. It's so much responsibility and You just have to do better. Thank you so much. I'm sure all of the questions have been attended to. Do we have anything to say to Abisola before she leaves? Do we have anybody with any question? Please just leave it at the comment section. I want to see how we can wrap this up in 3 to 5 minutes so that we can't thank you enough. And I would definitely promote this content because I think every mom should hear this. It's not just for moms, it's also for people who are planning to get married. Singles who need to think, you're a very intentional person, but then you still say there are levels to this intentionality, right? So it's not too early to even start planning. It's not too late to also start planning. Have a routine. You can't do without a routine. That I already know, because you find people, nannies even working, when they are working with a mom that does not have a routine, they are messed up. And then those kind of moms complain a lot. So it's a spiral, it's a cycle that tells on everyone around you if you're scattered. And the sad part is it tells on the children. Please build children that Bisola's girls can marry. Yes, thank you so much. I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot. I don't know if you're okay, dear. The lady Grace is saying, learned a lot. We must do better and be better. Yes, if there's anything we're going out with, is we have to do better as mothers. Thank you so much. This is very, very. Thank you. AZ side is saying, thank you so much for this. Miss PJ is saying, I don't have kids yet, but I've definitely learned a lot. Miss Bookie said, I'm really learning a lot. This is so interesting. Well done, sis. Well done. Thank you. And thank you for raising your beautiful girls. God will bless you. God will bless you. God will really, really, really bless you. Because this is the future. And yes, when we have safe kids, when we have safe children out there, we know that even when we leave the world, we are leaving the world better than we meant it. So this is powerful. Thank you. Phoebe Oluwale, justice for boy moms. Yes, boys moms are doing better. You guys are doing well. Thank you so much. I think we've been able to, cover everything about the modern mom. I want to say thank you to everyone that has joined us today. Please, if you're not following us yet, please follow us. If you're not following the bubbling place, yes, that's Bisola's page. Please follow her and also patronize her. We're extremely grateful for this, and we know that this is going to make impact now and even in the future. Thank you, Abisola. We are super, super, super grateful. And that will be the end of our live session. And yes. Goodbye, everybody.
So, Fumi, how was it?
It was great. Oh, then let me just end it. It was perfect.